Hey friends, welcome. It is Monday and today we are going to do a little bit of journaling and then meditation and some movement. So hello, welcome, good morning, hi. Okay, so let's go ahead and just dive into like the journaling part. If you have your journal handy, then go ahead and just open up to that next page. If you don't, go ahead and grab it. And I like to, because like I don't spend a ton of time journaling. I just kind of, hello, love your content. Yay, good morning. I just kind of jot some thoughts down first, and then I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for. So that's what we'll be doing this morning. Hello, good morning. Hi, welcome. So I like to always put the date. So the 25th for today. I can't believe it's really kind of cool. Like we've been doing this for a whole week now. So today is the official 8th day. This is our second week, first day of the second week. This is a bedtime journaling for me in Australia. Hey, you know what? Bedtime journaling is great. You can kind of recap the day, see like the things that made you feel good, or maybe the things that you're grateful for over the course of the day. Instead of starting it, you're finishing it. Also awesome. So yeah, I like to just start with like jotting down some thoughts that are in my brain that don't really have anything to do with gratitude. Because I feel like that's what, hey, hi, that's what ends up happening a lot of times is that we start to gratitude journal and it ends up being like thoughts that are kind of clogging us that don't really have anything to do with gratitude. Lunchtime in the UK. Interesting. So like time-wise, I'd love to hear what time it is, everything. You look great. Thank you. Just woke up an hour ago and had some coffee, and I was gonna like put on something that wasn't pajamas because these are technically pajamas, but this was what was in my dryer and I didn't grab any other clothes, and so this is what I'm wearing this morning. I didn't want to go back in my room and wake up my daughter. Lunchtime here in Ireland. Oh, that's amazing. I love that we can like all connect at the same time in the grand scheme of the world, right? At least you're comfy. Exactly. I mean, I would be comfy no matter what, but like, yeah. Okay, so the thoughts that are coming up for me is, it's interesting when I kind of think about it over the course of the last week. The first thought that pops up is like how I woke up in the morning. And so I woke up, like I was startled when I woke up this morning. And what's really interesting is that I didn't go to bed super late last night. I went to bed at like 9:30, 10, like pretty normal time for me. And this morning at 5, even with like the 7 hours of sleep, I still woke up like that. So it just tells me like maybe I'm not sleeping as soundly as I'd like. So I need to kind of think about that when I'm going to sleep. I finally caught you live. I've been watching your videos for a long time. Yay! Thank you for following me, by the way. So that's something else to like think about when you wake up. If you did get enough sleep, like why am I still groggy? Why am I still not doing good? So I just want to like write down those thoughts really quick. At least those are the thoughts that come up for me. So and the thing is this week, I started my menstrual cycle, and so that could be it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm already thrown off. If you've watched my, like, the reason why, like, the truth about, like, weight loss and things like that, you'll see that heavily influences, like, why I've lost weight, because my body, for some reason, just has decided to like just be awful. Be awful during my menstrual cycle. And so it's caused a lot of other issues. And so, yes, I've gone to doctors. You should watch the whole video. It like goes into lots of detail. But yeah, I'm very much affected every time. I've never given 100% so afraid to any words. Hello, beautiful. Hello. Oh, hi. Sea turtle. I love you. I love your content. Missed you too. I know it's been a minute. You were like on one of my first lives. So you've never given 100% so afraid to 100% in what? Everything? I guess like the understanding of like why are you afraid? Like you need to like maybe explore the root of why you're afraid. Like was there something that happened? Was there somebody who told you like you shouldn't be doing things? And like really exploring that. And actually my Finding Your Worthiness course kind of goes into the root, as well as the 75-day self-love challenge. Like about 2/3 of the way into it, we dive deep into root because we read the body keeps score, and very deep, right? So you understand a little bit more about yourself and why you're afraid of things, why things come up for you. There's a lot of like things you probably don't even realize, and your body for some reason is protecting you, and so that might be the reason why you're like very afraid, and knowing you are worthy of the end result. Yeah, that's it. I need that challenge. Good morning. Yeah, that's the thing, is like that 75-day self-love challenge. I created that because so many people were like doing the regular 75 hard or whatever, and I was just like, it's such a triggering thing to see something like 75 hard, because if you've ever dealt with something like orthorexia or any type of eating disorder, it's a disordered way of eating, even though you could like pick your diet or whatever. So I wanted to make something that was completely opposite of that. And the 75 self-love challenge really focuses on how you feel in your body. Every single day you're asked questions, and journal about it. Go outside and you take deep breaths. Like, it's such an amazing challenge. And the people who have completed it have said like their lives have changed. Like they will never go back, kind of thing. So it's pretty cool. I'll look into your courses. Thanks. You're welcome. What's the price? It's $147. And then you can get Finding Your Worthiness for $50 when you sign up for that. And there is like a payment plan option too. So like you can get it for like 3 months for like $60, something like that. So yes, it's in my bio. I'm trying to think because I just changed my bio. So it's actually, if you want, go and sign up for my 60-minute class. Go sign up for my 60-minute class. It's free. And then every morning I send you a link to the 75 self-love challenge. Okay. Otherwise, tiffanycrow.com. And I'm not sure if that link is directly in my bio. But tiffanycrow.com is where you could find all my courses and everything. So yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so now that we've kind of gone over that, and if you have any other questions about anything, go ahead and put it down and I would be happy to answer. Yesterday, somebody asked me, what would I say to like 80-year-old me? Or what would 80-year-old me say to the me now? And it was just like such a cool, enlightened like moment. And I feel like having those kind of realizations of I'm living the life that I want and how I want, because my goal is to just like lead with love, and that's with every single relationship and everything that I like kind of put myself into. And so if I'm doing that with my spouse, with my children, with people of the community, my friends, family, all that, I hope that my 80-year-old me says like, you did it. like that thing is just so important, right? YouTube, yes, I also have a YouTube channel, so you can go and check that out as well. All right, so let's go ahead and write down the 3 things. And I usually just like write it like this, and so I can write like what my gratitude is for the day. Good morning. Not to take away from the mindfulness talk, but I love the Wicked shirt. Thank you. I went and saw Wicked with a friend in San Francisco. Probably like 5 years ago. This was like way pre-pandemic when I used to live in the Bay Area, and it was awesome. Like, I had never seen Wicked before. I had only seen a number of Broadway shows, and I would go and see it a million times over. It was such an amazing performance and show, and yeah, really loved it. All right, so number 1, let's just write down, like, my brain is just, what am I grateful for? Something specific. I'm grateful for, I'm going to put down garden. That's what's popping up for me. My garden. Yesterday we did some like work in the front yard. If you like watched my stories, you saw, and I was super thankful because my husband did most of the work because I wasn't feeling 100% because I'm on my menstrual cycle. So yeah. And then I'm going to write down coffee just because I mean, how can you not? And community. And I've said this before, but almost every day I always write down the same thing. And that's okay. I've seen it 7 times. Oh my gosh. It's in my bucket list. Okay. Yeah. It is a must. Like, it just has like, it's been so long since I've seen it, so I can't tell you like exactly, but like I would go see it again in a heartbeat. Like, so good. And that day with my friend, I still have pictures of it. One of my best friends, we just had the best day too. Like, we went to the city, we like ate at a delicious like vegan Mexican restaurant because she's vegan. And it was just wonderful. Like, the whole day was so cool. So I'm glad I have that memory. And the shirt to like kind of remind me of like the amazingness. Okay. So let's go ahead and just find a comfortable seat. This can be anything. So this can be on your back. This can be from a couch, from the ground. I'm going to have maybe one leg extended. And then I'm sitting on this pillow underneath me. It's called a bolster. A lot of people ask me about it. It's linked in my bio, so if you want to go scoop one up, they're around $40 to $80, you know. And I usually use the $40 one, honestly, so I like it. Yeah, thank you for following me. Okay, so go ahead and just kind of wiggle your hips, wiggle your shoulders, and maybe just kind of shake it out. And whenever you're ready, go ahead and place one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. Take a deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. 2 more times on your own. Deep inhale. And just pause here. Just notice how you're feeling. Begin to seal the lips and breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, finding that Ujjayi breath. You sip in the air and you count to 4, 5, or 6. Exhale, find that same count. You want to pace your breath, so as you inhale, just notice how you're feeling. And then exhale, move as slowly as the inhale. So inhaling slowly, exhaling just as slow. Notice if your jaw is clenched, forehead is burrowed, or anything like that. Just allow yourself to relax your jaw, relax your brow, relax the tension in your shoulders. And let's just lead with love again today. Send some love to the belly, maybe give it a squish. And just say thank you, belly, for existing on my body. Thank you for digesting all the food. Thank you for holding in my organs. You are exactly as you need to be, and you do not need to change a thing. I love you, belly. And this also works well if you want to actually touch the skin of your belly, so that's an option. I'm not going to do that. I don't want to be flagged on TikTok. Showing skin, especially from a fat person, how dare I? Inhale, exhale with those eyes either soft gaze or closed. And as you inhale, I want you to think, I love. Exhale, you belly. I love you, belly. And we'll do 5 breaths like this and just be silent for a moment. On that next exhale, let's bring our hands to our heart center, tuck our chin, and just thank ourselves for showing up, being here and being present in our bodies. Maybe just gently bow towards yourself. And if this is all you have time for, you can end your practice here. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and find a little bit of movement. Thanks for following me. All right, inhale, let's circle the arms, reach up. Maybe find a gentle little back bend, and then exhale, let's lean forward, hands come out in front of you. And then I like to just kind of round my shoulders as my hands are out in front, tuck my chin, and just kind of feel that stretch in your back body. It might even feel good to plant your hand right here and lift up your other arm, reach up towards the sky. And then maybe find a little bit of opening. You can even let your arm come behind. And maybe even think about that shoulder rotation, making like a rainbow shape with your hand. And if this is painful at all, you don't have to go as far back. Just move in a way that feels good. And when you're ready, set down your opposite hand and then slowly open up your chest, finding those rainbow shapes with your arms. This is so good for those of us who spend a lot of time on computers or maybe drive a lot. Anything where you don't even think about it, but your shoulders are going forward. It's so good to kind of isolate and then just like rotate. On that next exhale, let's bring both hands forward. And then maybe go down a little bit more. Inhale, let's come all the way back up. Bring your hands behind and let's switch direction of the legs. Oh, my hip popped. So if your legs were crossed, maybe just change the direction of the cross. I have one leg in, so I'm just switching that. If you have your legs extended, maybe you take them a little wider or a little more narrow. So this is just changing position and just seeing how it feels in your body this way. Inhale, let's circle the arms up. And this time, let's just reach over to the left. Reach, reach, reach. And then I should have scooted back a little bit, but that's okay. We're gonna bring our right shoulder down and reach all the way out in front. And then that left shoulder comes up. Finding that stretch, and then inhale, coming up again, and then going the other way. So just finding some really gentle rotations in our torso. On that next exhale, let's just come right back to center. And then just take a moment and just feel in the body. Just feel, how does that feel? Let's bring our arms like a cactus shape and lift up the chest, look up, exhale, round the back, bring our elbows forward. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, elbows forward. One more time. All right. If you struggle with working on your knees, you can always just kind of remain seated and move through any of the exercises we've already done. Otherwise, go ahead and come down to your knees, hands and feet to the ground, and just find a little bit of maybe like alignment here. So you want to bring your knees under the hips and maybe bring one hand forward, one hand back. Like, where does it feel good, right? Line yourself up in the way that feels nice. Align even your neck. So we like to wrench, look up, right? So bring your neck in line even. Look between your hands. Now lean back. And then lean forward. This kind of stretches out your wrists. Maybe even tuck your toes. Lean back, stretch out your calves. Lean forward. And then just with the breath moving, and maybe you just kind of wiggle the hips. Just taking your time here. And then maybe you roll forward on this next one. And then inhale, let the back fall, find a little cow shape and move as slowly as you need to. Exhale, come forward. So finding like a wave. And you can do a little bit more organic, like lean to the left. You could like lean to the right. And you're just kind of wiggling into your body, feeling whatever you need to here. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and lean back, maybe lift up your chest. I'm on my knees, so if you need to provide yourself with some cushion, go for it. Tuck your toes, maybe lift up the chest. If this is too much on the toes, untuck them, and then just sit down, or maybe even just find a kneeling posture. All are good. Take a moment, center yourself, and whenever you're ready, come back up onto the knees and bring one foot forward. And I am going to go ahead and provide myself with a little bit of cushion on the knee that's on the ground. Bring one foot forward, and we're stretching the front of the thigh. So just kind of gently rocking back and forth here. We're looking up, looking forward, and our chest is lifted, and you can see my one hand is even using this for like some stability. And then if you feel comfortable enough, you can hold this. You can even bring one hand up to the sky. On that next exhale, let's straighten out that leg in the front, and we want to flex the foot. So I'm just moving it back so you can see. Flexed foot. And then my hip has a tendency to lift here, so let's bring that in line. Have a slight bend to the knee, engage this upper thigh, and then lean forward slowly with a flat back. I could easily go like this, right? That does nothing. So the challenge here is to feel it, ooh, right there. So I'm feeling it in my entire leg. The goal is not to touch your toes, okay? The goal is to feel in your body. On that next exhale, we lift back up, maybe go back into that low lunge. And then lean back, come back onto that kneeling posture, lean into that other leg, and then step the right foot forward. This is just such a good exercise for low back, hip pain. Whenever my clients come to me, we do this almost every single workout. Not even workout, practice, excuse me. Because, and then go ahead and hold it, because this is where the magic happens. You need to lengthen out your quads, and then you need to strengthen them, and you do that with these two moves. So you're finding strength in this leg, you're finding length in this leg, and then as you lean back, finding that flexed foot, strengthen again, and we're finding it behind with that stretching. So you're really finding a lot of stuff without even realizing. And again, my hand is here, planting on this very stable piece of furniture. My knee is bent, the tops of my thighs are engaged, and I'm leaning forward with a flat back. I'm just taking some deep breaths here. Oh, my hip is very tight on this side. And that's the other thing, is like noticing the difference between one side and the other and honoring your body where it's at. We're not going to be the same. We write with our right hand. We take our steps with one foot first, usually. We do a lot of things in our bodies we don't even realize just because it's repetitive. We're used to doing it all the time. And so the expectation of us being the same on both sides is kind of moot. The point doesn't matter. Like, we should just honor where we're at. And it doesn't mean you need to go and try to be better on one side or the other. Go ahead and come into that low lunge one more time. And then we are done. That is it for practice for today. Go ahead and find your seat. Let's just finish with a gentle little shavasana. So wherever you're at, this might mean on your back. This might mean standing up. I'm just going to be seated. I'm going to bring my hands to my lap, lift up my chest, and just take a deep inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Try to empty out all those thoughts that are coming into your brain, like, what am I doing later? And I have so much stuff that I have to do. Oh my gosh, I hope this goes quick. Those kinds of thoughts, very intrusive. Go ahead and just like think about how you feel in your body in this moment. How does it feel? If those thoughts trickle in, just notice, and then maybe like watch them like leave your brain. So just like they're coming in and they go right out. It's okay. We'll just be here for 5 breaths again. So just notice where you're at. Relax your jaw, your forehead, your shoulders. Try to make connection wherever you're at, and maybe even come back to where one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart. If you really want to make a connection to your body, this is such a beautiful way to do it, because you can really feel your breath. You can really feel your body like responding. We'll be here for 5 breaths. Take your time. All right, go ahead and maybe wiggle fingers and toes, circle out wrists and ankles. If you're on your back, go ahead and roll to one side and maybe pause for a moment and push yourself up to a comfortable seated position. Bring your hands to your heart center whenever you're ready. You can go as slow here as you need. And let's just pause here as we tuck our chin and just thank ourselves for showing up today. Being here, being present in the practice. Bring your thumbs to third eye. The divine light within me honors the divine light within each and every one of you. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Yay! I love that. I love kind of finishing the practice in just like very gentle way. Couldn't find the 75-day workshop you mentioned. Can you tell me where it is? Okay, yeah, I need to add it to my link then. It's tiffanycrow.com, and then it's under courses, tiffanycrow.com. So I'm not sure if I can like make a comment. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, I'm sorry you missed it too. Good connection. Yay. Okay. Swipe left. I'm not sure how I make a comment more. Let's see. Oh, here. Comment. Okay, so I'll go ahead and put my website down. I just recently changed it. And it's interesting because people will always give some sort of oh, you should try this. And then as soon as I do, somebody's like, but where's this? You know what I mean? And I think this is the actual /courses, but you can find it at tiffanycrow.com. Thank you. I'm finding this really helpful. Awesome. Yeah, the 75 self-love challenge is definitely one that's, I promoted it really heavily in the beginning of the year, but it's one where it's you could start at any time. And I think the cool thing about the courses is you get it forever. And so say you want to do it and you're not feeling the vibe at one point, and so you fall off, but you could always pick back up, right? And that's really cool. And I also have my trauma release workshop is in the course. So that workshop that's $54 on my site, that workshop is actually in that course. And so you get to do that workshop on one of the days. And it's more towards the end when you're ready to kind of release whatever trauma is popping up and really come home. And that's what that workshop is all about. And a lot of people don't even realize they have so much trauma stuff that's going on in their bodies. They don't even realize they have never felt that before, where it's safe to just be exactly who they are. Put both hands on my heart. Center it really lovely. Yay. I think I need it. I think you do too. I think if you think you need it, then you need it. Do you know what I mean? If you think, gosh, something is bothering me and I don't even know what, I am upset, I am angry, I am frustrated, I can't, a lot of times you have all this energy that's you're breaking it up through emotions, and so you're getting it out, but it doesn't feel good to even release it, and the way that you're releasing it feels bad. That's the best way of putting it. Then yeah, you probably do need to do some sort of a release practice that just kind of lets you process a lot of things. And in that trauma release class, it's you deal with your inner child, your inner teenager, and then your present, and you go through it's 75 minutes, maybe 90 minutes of processing, and you do this in yoga poses with a very calm, comfortable, safe way of doing it. And you do this after already processing a lot of work leading up to that point. You can't just dive into trauma release classes and think, oh, I'm gonna get this done. A lot of times people they'll come to me and go, well, I'll just do the trauma release course. Yeah, you could, but you might not even have any type of a reaction. So oh, somebody wants to go live. I think I'm gonna turn off live invites for this video for today. Just because we're talking about some trauma release stuff, and I just really feel that kind of topic needs to be individual to whatever I'm saying. The last couple times I had people join my live, it ended up being a different language. They didn't really quite understand what I was talking about, and I just don't want to have that energy in the room when I'm talking about something a little bit more deep. When are you doing this again? Okay, yes, every single morning at 6 a.m. Pacific. And if you go and sign up for that free 60-minute class, you will get an email every single morning. Hey, I am about to go live at 6 a.m. Here's a link to join. And then I usually will talk about my 75 self-love challenge, in that, because it's very similar. But in the 75 self-love challenge, there's also books that you read. And then there's also a checklist and like a journal thing that you can like fill out. And so you could kind of have like everything all laid out for you. So you can kind of see like, what did I do every day? You know, you can kind of like do your little checklist. And if you don't do something, it's not like you're in trouble or anything, but I explain it in the course. Not everything is meant for every single day, right? So if you're kind of like this overachiever, I got to get everything done, do it. If that makes you feel good. But a lot of times we might run out of time or something and then all of a sudden fall off. So giving yourself permission to do what you can and then being like okay with it on a daily basis is really important too. That kind of energy, cringe. It sounds a little scary. The trauma release sounds a little scary. And if you're feeling that way, there's a reason. So usually people want to like let go of that energy, where you're like, I don't like this, I'm avoiding it. And if that's the case, that's what happens. You're going to avoid it. Oh, I don't want to feel anything. But I think when I introduced the 75 self-love challenge, and the trauma release in there, it's at a place where you should, around day 50, day 55, something like that, you should have processed some things, because we work on it through every single day for 50 days. Yeah, exactly. Like, and it's just like I said, the things that I offer in that course, it's very much whatever is ready for you will be there for you. So when you're doing it and you don't want to do something, there's a reason, and you shouldn't. But it's there for when you're ready. So sometimes like maybe you might take a break, go away from it for like a week, 2 weeks, and then come back, or maybe a month or longer. It's there for you when you're ready. And I think that's really like comforting as well, because sometimes we need the idea to like be planted in our mind and then go, oh, I could never, like that's the first response. And then the second time it might be, oh yeah, I have that course, but like I'm not ready. And the third time might pop up in some other way and then go, oh yeah, I really probably should do that. And then the fourth time, maybe somebody says something. So it's like each time you feel more and more comfortable with the idea of it, but like very normal for the first time to be like, ooh, that's scary, I don't want to deal with that. It's a trauma release course, and this is on your website. Yeah, so I put my website down. It's tiffanycrow.com. And like I said, it's basically my name. I should have pinned those comments that I wrote down earlier. Let's see. Reply, translate. Yeah, that's all I can do. Yeah, I'll just write it again. So I've been going live every single day this week and last week. And thank you for taking the time. You're welcome. tiffanycrow.com. Yes. And it has made such a difference in myself. And I'm doing this just because I want to, I wanted to just like stop being sad a little bit. And I realized like this time for myself is so important, because I was kind of getting a little bit wrapped up in like being a mom, being a business owner, and I wasn't really making time for myself, being a wife, you know, all those roles we put ourselves in. And the summer was kind of like sneaking away from me, and I was like, I am not feeling anything. And so I was like, I'm going to start doing some morning routine stuff that I talk about all the time. And then I realized like, I want to do this live. Like I need to connect with some of the community that I have built up. It's been so long since I've done this, and it has been like rejuvenating to like my platform. I feel like it has also like brought me so much energy as well. So I'm just really grateful to be able to do this. Like how cool, like we are able to like share our experiences on this clock app and then go live and share them in real time. Like, it's such a cool thing. So I'm really grateful for it. I'm grateful for all of you who have like joined me and like are here right now. But okay, it's already 6:42, so I have to go. I appreciate all of you, and I will be doing this again tomorrow at 6 a.m. Also, the other things I want to just talk about real quick. Costa Rica, it is getting close to sold out, so only a few more spots left. So if you are wanting to come with us to Costa Rica and you're like, I'm not sure, you could go ahead and reserve your spot. You only need 25% down. It's next year in April. Plenty of time to figure out whatever you need to do. You're welcome. Found it. Yay. And yeah, like I've got so many people who are like, is there any more spots? Asking questions about the Costa Rica trip. Tons of info is on the link under my bio in my, if you click on my name at the top, you'll see it. Sometimes you might have to like click out of the live to like go and look at my bio. I don't know how you see this on the app, but yeah, the Costa Rica trip is almost sold out. So go check it out. If you're interested, if you're wanting to go to Costa Rica, you want to go with me. We're going to be practicing yoga every single day in the jungle, on the beaches. I have 2 very intense workshops. They're both 2 hours. It's on belly love and body acceptance, which I think is really important. We'll be hiking a volcano. We'll be touring a town. We'll be going to a hot springs, making tortillas at a local farm that's all organic. It's just going to be such an amazing trip. Most of the meals are covered, accommodations are all covered, and then you get all these experiences as a group with other like-minded individuals, which is like really the magic of like the entire trip. And yeah, I'm just like so excited about this like adventure. And so I just want as many people who need to hear about it to hear about it. But yeah, you're welcome. And then go sign up for that free 60-minute class, and you can get on my email list so I can remind you every morning, 6 a.m. Pacific. And yeah, I have a ton of courses on my website, and I'll go ahead and add that link to my bio again. It came off, it'll go back on. One of those things. So I appreciate everybody who's joined me this morning, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.